2 weeks before Election Day, the race for mayor in the city of Vallejo is in an uproar as shocking revelations about domestic abuse have surfaced regarding one of the leading candidates. KPIX 5's John Ramos has the story.
In the race for mayor, Hakeem Brown had become one of the front runners with endorsements from civic groups, unions, and other elected officials. But a lot of that has come crashing down now as people have discovered they may not have known the man as well as they thought they did. Hakeem Brown won a seat on the Vallejo City Council in 2018, and at a protest rally at City Hall this morning, the outgoing mayor, Bob Sampayan, said they had heard Brown had had run-ins with the law in his past.
But we never heard of the severity of the domestic violence.
A local news outlet called Upends Vallejo has unveiled court documents that reportedly show Hakeem served 4 years in prison for 3 felonies, including assaulting his wife in 2002, which he recently described as a scuffle with a domestic partner. She testified she was pregnant at the time of the assault. Then, in 2012, he was in court again, accused of abusing another woman named Chana Brown, also identified as his wife. Documents from the preliminary hearing allege that Hakeem imposed a set of rules of marriage for Chana to follow that included, quote, do what he tells me to do, don't tell people our personal business, and cannot talk to any other man. It also said she must be submissive to her husband and trust his decisions, saying, I cannot have an opinion. Ultimately, Hakeem pled no contest to a misdemeanor charge of violating a restraining order and was sentenced to probation. Chana was murdered earlier this year by another man she had been dating, and today her family shared a statement with the protesters.
Abusers count on the fact that their victims will be too scared to share their story, too frightened to press charges. Abusers also count on the fact that when brave women do step forward, there's a segment of people that will minimize her voice, question her motivations, and reduce her to a domestic scuffle or a 2012 incident.
On his personal webpage, Hakeem acknowledged he had not disclosed details of his past, saying he was not proud of his past behavior, did not like the man he was 20 years ago, and has worked to be a better person. But Mayor Sampayan says Hakeem's behavior continues to be disturbing.
Not only have I been the brunt of his anger recently, but other people have been the brunt of his anger. And his anger is extremely high, and he's very hair-triggered.
As a result of these revelations, endorsements of Hakeem have been withdrawn by both the Chamber of Commerce and Assemblyman Tim Grayson, and a growing sense of outrage has led to a demand for his recall from the council. In Vallejo, John Ramos, KPIX 5.
Councilman Brown's attorney had threatened to sue Vallejo for libel. We invited both men to speak with us today, but got no response to our request.